What's up, shit talking groups? This is Joe Torre, NFL's most hated. So far, I've picked 8 for 2 in the playoffs. The only two teams that I picked wrong was Tampa Bay, and I only did that because it was the GOAT, and the Vikings, because I did not expect New York Giants to do anything. And the sad part of people that watch football, if you want to win, you need to start listening to me. If you want to lose, keep listening to yourself. Because here's what I've learned. As I watch the playoffs unfold, New York did great against the Vikings, and then right away everybody thought that New York was going to upset Philly. How? Because they had a great performance against Minnesota? It's the Minnesota Vikings. Their defense is garbage. Period. End of story. So, this weekend's playoffs is going to decide who goes to the Super Bowl, and I'm ready to talk about it. So let's first talk about the Kansas City versus the Bengals game. Yes, it's in Kansas City. Yes, it's at home. But Joey B is determined to win this game. I see him throwing for over 300 yards, easily throwing at least 2 touchdowns. Now, everybody, if I would have picked Kansas City in this game, if Mahomes didn't break his damn leg last week, okay? And anybody that says that he's healthy, you're insane. If you watched him at the last press conference at the podium, he was walking like a gimp. And he was trying to play it off that he wasn't hurt the way he was even walking. He's like, I think Mahomes walks kind of fruity anyways, just like Aaron Rodgers. So that's another story. But at the end of the day, because of that high ankle sprain, is going to be the reason why they lose this game. They can't rely on the run because they don't really have a run game, okay? When it comes to their passing defense, they're number 19 in the league. They're not stopping Joey B. No way. When it comes to their run defense, it's number 8. Now, if we look at their rush offense, it's number 20. So they don't have a running game. They rely everything on Mahomes. And if he's not healthy, they're not going to win. I don't see Mahomes throwing for more than a 10-yard pass. I think it's going to be 10 yards. It's going to be within the 10-yard line or 10 yards. He's not going to throw any explosive plays. Don't expect him to do that in this game. And God forbid he gets sacked again, his leg's going to fall off and the game's over. So there's a lot of things going on. Now, Cincinnati Bengals don't get a lot of pressure on the quarterback, but they don't need much. If they can make this man have to move, he's just going to go down and take the sack. He's not going to perform. I think Mahomes is going to end up throwing less than 200 yards. And I think he'll probably just get 1 touchdown. So for anybody that's watching this game, even Vegas knows, I know, everybody else knows except you watching this video, is that Kansas City is not going to win this game. I'm surprised that Cincinnati Bengals is not favored to win this game just for that injury alone. But it's Patrick Mahomes, and you know all the analysts, they pretty much, you know what I'm talking about. They think Mahomes is God, but he's injured, so he's not going to perform that the way you expect. Even Vegas only has him favored by 1. In the NFL, home games, you're automatically favored by 3 points, right? The fact that they're only favored by 1 says that they don't expect them to score much in this game. So at the end of the day, if you want to win this weekend, listen to me. If you want to lose this weekend, listen to you. Pick Cincinnati. Take Cincinnati Bengals. They are going to be in the Super Bowl. Now let's talk about San Francisco and Philadelphia Eagle game. Crazy thing is that you guys just expect the Eagles to just spank them and roll over San Fran. But at the end of the day, if you're paying attention, unless you've been living under a rock, unless you've been smoking, then how do you figure? If you look at Philadelphia overall, yeah, they have a great record. Yes, they've won. They're number 1 seed. But against what teams? What teams did they really play in the regular season? Any calibers? And I know some of you guys on the video are going to comment and say, well, they played this, they played what? Okay, so they won 1, maybe 2 against 2 elite teams, and they've lost against crappy teams and almost lost to other crappy teams. So they're not that. And also, let's not forget, Chicago crushed his shoulder a couple weeks back. So Jalen Hurts is not healthy. I don't expect him to run a lot because he doesn't want to re-agitate that shoulder injury. You feel me? So don't expect him to run all over. But not only that, San Francisco has got a defense. They got a defense, okay? The only thing I will give Philadelphia as the edge is that they get more pressure on the quarterback. I'll give them that. But when it comes to their defense, they're number 2 on the rush. So don't expect Philadelphia to do much in the rush game. Now, their defense on the passing game, it's number 21. So obviously his only chance is to throw it in the air. But when it comes to San Fran, overall, they're the most put together team. Even with Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, a.k.a. now relevant, and probably going to be the starting quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers next year. But when it goes back to this, let's take a look at San Francisco. I think they're number 2 in the run, if I'm not mistaken, because Chicago was number 1. Oh, no, they're number 7. So I expect San Francisco to run all over the Philadelphia Eagles. They're going to run down their throat. And I think that Brock Purdy's only going to have to throw 200 yards because he's just going to manage the game. They're going to let the defense do their job. They're going to let the offense or the running game do their job. Now, what do you got? What's the edge on Philly? The other day I was on a live broadcast and somebody said, "Oh, Philly's going to win that game no matter what, no blah, blah, blah." Then I asked him, "Tell me why you believe that." Couldn't answer. He kind of like mumbled a little bit and then he said, next question. Next question, answer the question. Why do you think Philly's going to win? Because they've been hyped up the whole year. Everybody just believes they're just going to take it all? No. San Francisco is going to come in there, run down their throat, and beat them. Give them a nice spanking. And then all of you will have excuses, and all the Philadelphia fans and Kansas City fans will start blaming the refs. Oh, if he didn't do this and if he didn't do that. You're starting to sound like Skip Bayless. Okay? Skip Bayless is the Mr. If guy. If this happened, if this would have happened, and if that would have happened, then this could have happened. Okay, but it didn't happen. That's the bottom line. So, if you want to win, pick San Fran. The Eagles are only favored by 2.5. Again, automatically any team in the NFL gets 3. And when you see that it's not that they don't have at least the 3, they see something that we don't. Okay, and what they're saying to you is that Philly is not a lock in this game. Then a lot of people are worried about the San Francisco 49ers, and I'm still not 100% between Bengals and San Fran. I'll probably talk about that next week, but I still kind of might have the edge on San Fran because, again, they have the best put-together team. They got defense, they got running game, they got the pass game, they got special teams, they got everything that you need to be a Super Bowl contender. So, I hope you listen to me, because if not, you're going to go broke.